Hello! I've been so excited to make this video for not even that long actually, because I thought I was going to have to wait ages to make this video, but in the most recent episode of Helluva, they finally revealed all the sins. I'm so happy. For those who do not know, I'm not talking about the actual 7 deadly sins, okay? I'm talking about these lovely 7 characters from the series Hazbin Hotel and Helluva. So, in case you don't know, both shows were created by VivziePop. They both take place in the same universe, and they're both set in hell. And these 7 characters are the rulers of each sin. So they're called the 7 deadly sins collectively, but like they're not like the actual sins. I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, I thought I was gonna have to wait forever to make this video because, you know, if you know, the show only releases an episode like every couple of months, so it's very slow, but I've been waiting. I didn't have to wait that long. I'm so glad we finally got to see all 7 sins now. But yeah, let's get started with this tier list. I've been so excited to rank them all. I feel bad for this one because I was very excited to see her, but I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed about her design. Belphegor, the ruler of sloth. So I get why she's a sheep. I totally understand because she's tired because she's the ruler of sloth, and obviously you count sheep. That makes sense, but it just felt like such a missed opportunity to make her a sloth, you know? Like, considering it's the sloth ring, and sloth is the sin of, like, laziness and tiredness. I don't know. I feel like that was a very big missed opportunity, and her design is very boring, I'm sorry. Like, all the sins represent different, circus acts as well, and she's a palm reader. That's very obvious to tell. And, yeah, I don't know. I feel like her design's very lackluster, especially compared to the other sins. I feel like their designs are so extravagant. But anyway, Mammon, the king of greed, he probably represents his sin the most out of all of them, to be honest, because you could argue that a lot of them don't really follow the sin that they rule, but Mammon definitely symbolizes greed, 100%. He is a greedy bastard. So like I said, he's the king of greed, and greed is self-explanatory, isn't it? I've said this in one of my ranking videos, actually. He, what's the word? Exploited Vizirali and, you know, made dolls of him and merchandise of him and sex toys of him, and it was like, oh my god. So Fizz really had enough and quit. And like I said last time, it's lucky that he can't do a soul deal. But yeah, he is not a good person. That's why I ranked him low. But he is a good villain, I will say. Anyway, Leviathan, who, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very surprised is a female. I really did not expect that. Like, I didn't really expect anyone to be female, to be honest, but I wasn't shocked at it because when they first name-dropped Beelzebub, they said she-her, and when they first name-dropped Belphegor, they said she-her, but Leviathan, I did not expect to be a female at all, so that was very surprising. But anyway, Leviathan, we only know about her design. We know that she has 2 heads. I'm sorry, her head's cropped off here, I'm sorry, but she does have 2 heads. And I understand why, because, oh yeah, by the way, Mammon represents the clown, by the way, but Leviathan represents the freak show, which is why she's got 2 heads. And also, all the sins have multiple body parts. So, yeah, but I understand it. I like it. It's a good concept, but I would have made the 2 heads look more similar to each other, because if you can tell, sorry about the crop again, one of Leviathan's head is more eel-like, while the other's more, like, not human-like, but that's the only word I can really think of. So I wouldn't make the heads identical, but I'd make them look a little bit more similar. Maybe make them both eel heads, and then have them be, like, I don't know, the reverse color or something. I don't know. So, yeah, it's a good concept, but I don't think it was done right. Osmodeus, the king of, oh wait, I forgot to say that she's the queen of envy as well, but Osmodeus is the king of lust, and damn, he's cool. He was the first sin we got to see, technically. Well, not technically, literally, the first sin we got to see. He also has a relationship with Vizirali, as I talked about before, and it's not illegal, but it's very frowned upon for royal demons to have relationships with lower class demons. Like, no one likes it, but it's also embraced because, you know, it's lustful as well, but there's also a lot more to Ozzy than lust, because he doesn't like when people confuse love and lust, because he thinks lust is like an art, but he loves Vizirali. Like, they've straight up said that they love each other, and their relationship's so cute. If you haven't seen the show, the main characters, Stolas and Blitz, are in a terrible relationship, and Ozzy and Vizirali's relationship is supposed to mirror theirs, and I think that's done really well. Also, you can see that he's holding a gummy dick. That's what that is, in case you were wondering. Anyway, let me just scroll up a little bit there. Satan, the king of wrath. he was the one I was most excited to see. I love him so much. He is so cool. And if I may quote Beelzebub, he is hot as hell. Like, you probably don't agree because he's literally Satan, but damn, he's hot. I'm not even kidding. He's definitely the most hottest out of all the sins, and I see why Beelzebub has a crush on him. I don't really know what else to say. He was actually, we found this out in the latest episode, because it was his debut episode as well, funnily enough, but we actually found out that he was the king of hell before Lucifer showed up, because this is true in, like, the actual real Bible story. So Lucifer was banished because he gave the fruit of knowledge to Adam and Eve, and he was banished to hell with Lilith, blah, blah, blah. The show's taking creative liberties with that, though, because, like, he's still a fallen angel, but Lilith, like, left him 7 years ago, and he got depressed, and now he doesn't do his, like, kingly duties. All he does is stay at his palace and make ducks. This is real. Why am I talking about Lucifer? God. Satan. So Satan was the king, and now he basically still is the king of hell, because Lucifer hasn't shown up to, like, any of their meetings. The real reason is because of legal issues. Like, Vivzy isn't allowed to use Lucifer in Helluva Boss because Hazbin Hotel is owned. The rights to Hazbin Hotel are owned by A24. Yeah, I can't believe I remembered that. And then Helluva Boss is actually owned by Vivzy herself, so she can't use the character. The characters can't cross over, unfortunately. But in the latest episode, they at least acknowledged that he wasn't there. They showed his throne, and it has a sign that says BRB, but it's covered in cobwebs because he's been gone for 7 years at this point. So yeah. But anyway, Beelzebub, the queen of gluttony. Oh, I love her so much. She was the second sin we got to know, and wow, she's cool. I didn't expect her to be a wolf and an insect hybrid, though. That's really cool. And, you know, she's also, I would say, the most down-to-earth of all the sins, because even though Ozzy's in a relationship with an imp, she's in a relationship with a hellhound. And hellhounds, even though imps are the lowest class citizens in hell, hellhounds aren't even seen as people. They're seen as pets and kept in pounds. So, yeah. But Beelzebub doesn't see it that way. She, like, actually throws parties with them and doesn't judge them and loves them all. And, yeah. She also kind of became best friends with Luna, which I like. I like that. Luna doesn't really like her, per se, but, like, she likes Luna. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, she was voiced by Kesha. I mean, who I'm genuinely surprised reprised her role in the latest episode. Like, I'm really shocked at that. But, anyway, was there ever any doubt who my favorite sin was? The big boss of hell himself, Lucifer. Even though he's only the king by technicality, really, because he's a fallen angel, so outranks any demon, like, ever. So, yeah. And he is the king of pride, as well as the king of all of hell. But, like I said, on my tangent with Satan, I'll talk about it more here. Lilith left him 7 years ago, like, in the show's time right now. So, he got depression, and hasn't been to any of the sin meetings, and is kind of just went AWOL and just makes ducks. No one's heard from him, except for Charlie. He still talks to Charlie sometimes, and then Charlie invited him to come over to, like, so she could, because Charlie is running a hotel to try and rehabilitate sinners to get into heaven, but Lucifer kind of gave up on sinners because he actually tried to do that as well, but he failed miserably. And then, like, when Charlie told him that she's not giving up, it inspired him, and then he got, like, the meeting with heaven, and that didn't work out. But I'm not going to spoil any of that. If you want to know, go watch the show, because I don't want to talk about that for too long. But their relationship is definitely starting to get better. Like, it wasn't that great at first. I actually kind of think Lilith put a distance between them. Like, not for the 7 years, but, like, for Charlie's whole life, because, in case you didn't know, royal demons are immortal, so they live forever, unless they're killed by an angel weapon. And, yeah, it wasn't really clear if Lucifer was a bad dad or if Charlie was a bad daughter. I think it was kind of meant to be both, but then again, almost every character in the show has daddy issues. But, yeah, I don't really want to spoil anything about Lucifer, because I generally want you all to go and watch Hazbin Hotel if you haven't, and just see him for yourself, but he is my favorite of all the Sitins. But anyway, that's my ranking of all the Sitins in the Helluverse. I was so excited to do this one. You'd have no idea. Let me know who your favorite sin is in the comments down below. I don't mean the literal actual sins, I just mean the characters here. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!